I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know, that was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, The Definition of Man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the woman you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Top Soil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, we here. We are here. What's poppin'? What's good? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the motherfucking dating game. Shout outs to my lovely lady, April MC in the building. Shout out to April MC. Shout out to Armani Nelson, June Sports, Jasper in the building, Unique 79 in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Monogamous Player in the building. Jillian is up in the building. Who else we got up in here? Shout outs to Mike Chain, Charisma Strategies, Charlie Kiefer, Mel's the Check in the building. Owalabi, what's going on, fam? Shout out to you. Excuse me. Shout out to Mark Tavius. Shout out to Scales Fitness in the building. Villain Activo in the building. Scott Cheetos in the building. Kobe Lean is in the building. Copy Paste Chris was popping with your man. Shout out to who else we got up in here? Shout out to Blastomatic in the motherfucking building. Corey 2S in the building. No Data. Man, we got a lot of people up in here. Shout out to who else we got up in here? Frankie Shy is in the building. Ludway is up in here, man. Appreciate you coming through. You feel what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody. Phil Mancini, what's going on with you? Quasar, what's popping? CD, was good? Man with the cigar is up in here. So shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. That's hot as shit up in here. Shout out to everybody in the building. But before we get started, y'all already know what we got to do up in this piece. Y'all already know. So let me first pull this up because y'all already know what's popping in these streets, man. Make sure that you guys go to this website, CunninghamElements.com. Get your soap. Get the parfum. Get the shea butter. Get it all. Get it all. Make sure you guys go to MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Cunningham Elements, my bad. .com to get this, but also make sure you guys go to Masculine Identity Membership so that you can join the Masculine Identity Membership so you guys can get on the Monday night Zoom calls. Also, make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com. Get on this online dating consultation. I'm telling you, you guys are leaving a lot of women. They're waiting for guys like you to actually come through and make shit happen because they're like, damn, these motherfuckers ain't got no game out here. So you got game, right? So you go in there, you do what you got to do, and you're going to attract these women. But guys, if you need this help, and I know you do, go to shoplocario.com and get the online dating consultation. Also, make sure you guys go get the massive game collection. Make sure you guys do that. I'm up here. Coughing is it. 24 products for one low price. So make sure you guys do that and get that cracking. And also make sure you guys get the Master of the Vetting Process program, how to succeed in casual and long-term relationships. Make sure you guys get that.
Just do it.
So make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com to get that going. And guys, the call-in number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300. So guys, call in. That is the number. So make sure you guys use that number. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat and we will get to your question. So today, guys, the topic is how to be the man she can't control. How to be the man she can't control and she still craves you. You understand what I'm saying? She still wants you even though she can't control you. So we're going to get into a lot of that today because a lot of guys got to understand how this game works, right? So what you guys have to understand is that the game is psychological. So it's based on mindset. It's based on perception. It's based on how, things are set up, right? And so what you have to understand is that when you're dealing with women, right? Women will try to control men that they're not sexually attracted to, men that they're not really feeling, right? Now, the reason why women will try to control men that they're not really feeling is because in order to be able to use men that they're not feeling, they need to make sure they're controlling the situation, right? But the reason why they want to control the situation is because they want to make sure that they got these guys under their thumb so that they can utilize these guys in any way they want instead of the guys trying to make shit happen with them sexually, right? So understand that if a woman is trying to control you or she's trying to, let's say, be the one in the leadership position, understand that that woman is not attracted to you. And that's the reason why she's actually trying to control the situation. Because in order for her to get what she wants without giving you anything in return, she has to be in control of the situation. She has to control the perception of what is happening. She wants to control your perception of what the situation is. So what she'll do is she'll pretend or act like she's interested in you by giving you some form of attention and giving you this idea that sex is just around the corner or that, she's going to have sex with you or that she likes you, right? But the entire time, what she's doing is that she's controlling and manipulating the situation so that you can do what she wants. So for example, if you're interested in, dating a girl or making something happen, she'll talk to you on the phone. She'll give you the number and make the shit go down like that. But you're saying, hey, let's go out to get drinks, let's hang out or whatever. And sometimes what will happen is if a woman just wants your attention but doesn't actually want to see you or be in your presence, she will control the dynamic by making you think that she's going to actually spend time with you in person. But all she's using you for is, phone calls, text, and all this other stuff. So whenever you try to make something happen, she will act as if, oh, I'm kind of busy this week. I don't know. Maybe next time I got to check. I got to do this. I got to do that. And so she's coming up with these ways to basically make you to sort of have distance between you and the girl right now. What'll happen is that once she sees that you're probably either falling back or you're not really giving her as much attention as she thought, she'll do something like send you like a sexy picture or send you a meme or randomly text you, on some other shit to make you think that she actually likes you, but she's just trying to reel you in for more attention, right? So she's controlling that whole dynamic because she's the one leading you. You see what I'm saying? And then so because you are thirsty for sex and hoping that sex is right around the corner, right? She can continue to do that stuff with you. Now, when it comes to being the man that she can't control and she still craves you, understand what happens is that when she is dealing with you, right? When a woman is sexually attracted to you, when a woman has high interest, right? She does not want to control you. She wants to submit to you. You see what I'm saying? So, what is submission? So submission means that she basically wants to be under your mission, which means to be under your program. The reason why she wants to be under your program and submit to you is because she wants access to you. And she understands that if you're an attractive man, right, and she wants to get near you and be in a situation with you, she has to submit or you're not going to fuck with her. You understand? And women know this. So this is what happens, right? A woman knows by dealing with weak guys, right, what a strong, dominant man looks like. They already know this, right? Women know by dealing with guys who are losers, who are going to basically be easily manipulated. She knows the guys that she can't manipulate. She knows this. So what happens is that when a woman is interacting with you and you give her the opportunity to talk to you, go on a date with you, hook up with you, whatever it is, right? She understands that if she doesn't submit, meaning if she doesn't go along with your program, if she doesn't do things on your terms, then she may not be able to get with you or make anything happen with you, right? So when a woman is highly interested in you, she's highly sexually attracted to you, right? The woman doesn't want to control you because she knows she can't. You understand? So what happens is that she releases that control that she would have had with the loser or the beta male or the weak dude, right? She's not going to do any of those things because she understands that she can't, because if she tries, you're going to get rid of her, right? So the thing is this, the reason why she craves you is because she sees you as that highly sexually attractive guy. But she understands that she can't control you. And that within itself also is the thing that makes you attractive. Because what happens is this, right? Is that sometimes a woman may encounter a man that she's attracted to, but she makes the mistake of trying to play the same game she played with the loser, right? And so what happens is that the guy walks away or he doesn't pay her any mind or any attention. And then she realizes, oh, damn, I made a mistake. He's not one of these loser guys. Now, in that particular situation, sometimes she'll come back. Other times she's acting that way towards the guy because she still doesn't perceive him as that dude. She doesn't see him as him. She doesn't see him as the top guy, which is why she's basically putting him in the same place as all the other losers. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is that when it comes to you dealing with women, you don't got to worry about, man, is this girl going to try to control me? Is this girl going to, give me a hard time and all this other stuff? Understand that more often than not, when the woman is trying to control you or giving you a hard time or giving you all this resistance, all that means is that she doesn't really crave you. She doesn't see you as that dude, right? See, you got to understand that this shit is black and white. You understand what I'm saying in most cases? Meaning that if she's interacting with you, right, from the jump where she's trying to assert her agenda, that means she's trying to control the situation, which means she doesn't see you as the most attractive guy. Because if she's seen you as the most attractive guy, she would just submit from the jump. This is why when you deal with women who are highly sexually attracted to you, everything seems super easy. You understand? It almost feels like you're dealing with an angel. You're like, damn, why is this girl, she's so fucking attentive, right? When I approached her, she was all smiles and giggles and, giving me those hard eyes, right? When I text her, she responds. When I tell her, hey, meet me here, she just met me there. When I flirt with her, she's flirting back, right? When I told her, hey, let's go back to my place to have sex, she was like, absolutely. Everything just seems so simple, so easy, right? And that's because that woman is actually highly sexually attracted to you. So the thing is that, and she understands that she can't control you because she sees you as that guy. Because it wouldn't even make sense for her to try to control you. Because what will happen is that she'll realize that in most cases, you're going to get rid of her. Now, this is what will happen sometimes also. When a woman gets attached to you because she's really, really feeling you, right? And she's been cooperating and everything's been all good and you've been hooking up with this girl and all this other shit, right? Sometimes what happens is that she might try to, and she'll do this in a very slick way, she might try to, in some form or fashion, try to steer the interaction between you and her in a different direction so that she can actually, get shit popping on her agenda. But let's, I'll get back to that in a second. I think this is Efosa, right?
Recall.
What's up? What's going on, fam?
Yeah, I got a question. So, does a woman do nice things for her man, like buying him gifts, clothes for him, taking him to expensive trips and all that stuff, just to control him?
You said, do women do nice shit to try to control a dude?
Yes, like taking out trips, cook for him, give him money, buy him physical gifts, something like that.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the context. So if a woman first meets a guy, she's usually not going to do that to try to control him, right? Because the guy that she just meets that she can control, she'll just get him to do stuff for her, right? Now, if that woman, right, is dealing with a man who she really, really likes, right, and they are hooking up and she's getting more and more attached to him, what she could do is try to buy him things or give him gifts or whatever to try to solidify her position in his life, right? So she's not necessarily trying to control him, but she's trying to edge her way into the situation to differentiate herself from other women. You see what I'm saying? Now, the problem with that is that if the guy takes the bait, meaning that if he takes the gifts and then starts acting different towards her, then she realizes, oh shit, I'm able to influence this guy by doing these things. Now, if he takes the gifts but doesn't change anything, he's doing everything he's been doing, then she realizes, oh, well, you know, I gave him this, but it didn't move him. You see what I'm saying? But she's doing that to try to get a certain position. So that's why I said it depends on the context. Because what happened is sometimes the woman is in a situation where she's first dealing with a guy and she's not going to buy that guy gifts or do anything because she doesn't see any value in him. But if a woman gets with a dude and she's really, really feeling him and she's making it easy for him by cooperating and they're having sex and hooking up, doing all this other stuff, sometimes she will buy gifts to differentiate herself from the other women or giving him these gifts in hopes that he'll like her even more. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily her trying to control, but part of it is her trying to just be in the good graces of the the dude. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So
yeah,
what happened?
Relationships.
You said what?
What about relationships?
You said what about relationships?
Yeah, what is it exploring him for relationships so you can turn in the relationship?
Wait, hold on. You took it a free call, man. You asking too many questions. Call back later, folks. You be asking too many questions on a free call, man. I'm gonna let you later. But guys, call in. We got two more free calls. So folks, I don't be trying to call back on a on a free call right now. But yeah, guys, call in. We got two more free calls. If you want to call in, the calling number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number, right? So the thing is this, guys, is that the way to be the man that she can't control is being the man that she wouldn't try to in the first place. Why? Because she's that sexually attracted to you. She's that highly interested in you. And you know that a woman is highly interested in you and highly sexually attracted to you because she makes things easy. She listens to what you say. She doesn't give you any resistance. I think, see, the thing is this, a lot of you guys need to go out and talk to more women, date more women, try to hook up with more women, because you'll start to see exactly what I'm talking about. There are women that you'll meet that from the minute you say hello, from the minute you open your mouth, from the minute you go and approach her, everything is super easy. You understand? This is why when the pickup artists talk about all this shit test, the shit test nonsense, I laugh. Because what happens is that when a woman is really, really feeling you, soon as you approach her, she's all smiles. She's laughing, giggling. She's fucking, responding to your flirting. You could say the corniest fucking jokes and she's laughing like you goddamn Chris Rock. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's a good way to test a chick if she's feeling. You could say the corniest fucking shit. She'll laugh like it's the most amazing shit she's ever heard. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. Well, let's go to 561. 561. What's poppin'? Who this?
What's good, Locario? This is Jay from Brooklyn.
What's going on? What's popping? Are you taking a free call or are you donating?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a free one today.
All right, so what's going on?
Yeah, so my question is, if you have a woman that's compliant and she's following your program, like you set up the dates, everything's cool, the respect is there, but she's not, she never initiates any link up. What does that usually mean?
Nothing. That means she's feminine. Like, don't expect the woman to do the pursuing. Women will chase right? But what I'm saying is a lot of guys, they'll be like, oh man, I got to be the one to hit her up. I got to be the one to initiate, right? What happens is that that's a woman who's basically being feminine based on the premise of what you did at the beginning. Because remember, if at the beginning let's say you met this girl, right? You met this girl at a bar. You went up and talked to her. You told her to take your number down. You told her to text you. She texts you. You set up the date. You said, meet me here. Right now, throughout this entire thing, what did she do on her own?
I mean, whenever I set up the date, she just said, okay, yeah, I'll meet you there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is throughout the entire situation, she was adhering to you. So she's waiting on you to make the move to tell her what to do. So what's going to happen is that she's going to do that consistently throughout the entire situation.
I guess I'm just used to, like, after the third date, I'm used to the girl like reaching out and be like, hey, what you doing? Stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. Some women will do that. What I'm saying is, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. I'm saying that don't expect it. If you see what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, don't expect it, because if you're actually doing what you're doing from the beginning, right? A lot of times what will happen is that the woman is going to take the cue from you as to when shit is going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is this, right? Let's say you there's a person who wanted to be like a recording artist, and it's their dream to be a rapper, singer, whatever, right? And
that's actually me.
Right, exactly. Let's say you ran into Pharrell, right? Do you think you could call Pharrell whenever you want?
Nah.
Right. You would be like, oh shit. If Pharrell said, hey, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna hit you up, we gonna go to the studio. He hits you up, he say, come to the studio Friday. You're like, all right, cool. You go to the studio Friday, right? He says, listen, I'm gonna holler at you later. And then he hits you up 2 weeks later. Hey, I got this new song with this new artist. I want you to be on the mixtape. He comes through, y'all come through, you do the thing. He say, look, I'm gonna holler at you later. Now, the reason why you probably wouldn't hit up Pharrell is because you're like, damn, Pharrell kind of busy. I don't want to be bothering this motherfucker. I don't want to ruin this vibe we got by blowing up his phone and, essentially bothering him. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying, where you don't need to worry about like if she's hitting you back up. Sometimes they don't hit you back up because they're waiting for you to do it. You understand? And they're waiting for you to do it because they're like, I don't want to, overstep. You see what I mean?
Okay. So, but what if I left it off on like, okay, so let me know when you're free, because she wanted to catch up, but then she didn't like let me know. Do I still like hit her back up again or not?
So why did you say let me know when you're free?
So I was like sick for a week, and I couldn't see her, and then I called her. I called her like first for a little bit just to set up a date, and then I said we'll link up. So when I called her to follow up, I told her, call me when you get off work, because she was at work, but she never called me when she was off work. So I just never ever, like 2 weeks went by and I didn't talk to her. And then she texted me like, hey, I've been so busy, this and that. But how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. Everything's good. I'm just keeping busy.
Yeah, that's medium interest, fam. Because you told her to text you, right?
Right.
And
so
like she didn't do it.
What you taught me.
Right.
Yeah.
And she didn't do it. So then what does that tell you?
So it's medium interest. It's
right.
Not,
so it's not high interest. If you told her to hit you up and she didn't do it, then she doesn't have high interest. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really simple. That's what I'm saying. This is a chick you smashed, right?
Yeah, right. A couple times.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Smashing doesn't necessarily mean that the woman actually has high interest. So high interest means that everything that's happening, she's about it. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not just, oh, well, I fucked her, so therefore she really fucked with me. No, everything. So she has sex with me when I say, let's do it. When I text her and I say, hit me up, she hits me up. No excuses. You understand? And if there was a situation where, like, let's say you say, hit me up at 6:30, and she says, she'll text you and say, hey, I'm actually going to be at work. I'm not going to have my phone, but is it okay if I hit you up at 7 when I get out? They'll do stuff like that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's
okay. That answers my question. I appreciate you.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Locario.
I appreciate the call, fam. All right. Abel said if she had high interest, she would have been bringing you Cindy's chicken noodle soup. Oh, man. Real talk. K-Zaka says she wants to keep it casual. She actually purposely being emotionally unavailable. That's another, exactly. That's another thing too. A lot of times, I got to understand, some chicks, they be just wanting to keep shit, on a casual tip. And some of y'all be trying to make it like more than it is too. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? That is another thing too. That's actually a whole nother video that I think is very important. That a lot of guys, you got to understand that guys on the default assume women want long-term, women want certain types of relationships that are not casual and all that other shit. He said, did he just got 50 months and put 400? Damn. Oh shit. That's great. Well, listen, man. Listen, it could have been a whole lot worse, but god damn. 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 That's crazy. That's crazy. So Diddy got 50 months in prison. Oh shit. That's crazy. Well, listen, he at first he was facing life. So you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it could be much worse. You know what I'm saying? So it could be much worse. He said he got off easy. But I'm just like, yo, for just fucking with some prostitutes or some shit, that shit crazy. I don't know. I'm like, that's crazy, but you know how it is. We ain't gonna go too much into that, but goddamn, everybody gonna be talking about that shit. Shit is crazy. But guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. If you want to call in, call number is 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. I think we still got one free call. So if you guys want to call in. Exactly. I agree. I'm like, going to prison for that? Come on, man. These niggas is wild out here. They are wild out here. You know what I'm saying? With this shit. Let me see what some of these questions are. It says, when I say an approach feels cold / transactional, I mean, it can sound like it's outcome focused, just number date without warmth or connection, like processing her versus genuinely engaging her. No, so Jasper, this is the thing. If you're approaching a woman, right? And you're approaching her because you're physically attracted to her and you want to try to set something up to fill the situation out and see if you want to, take things to another level, then that's all it is. Like, you don't got to listen. You guys got to stop thinking about, women. And it sounds funny to even say that. When you approach women, stop thinking about the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about your agenda. You understand? So meaning, I see this woman, I'm physically attracted to her, right? I go up and I say, hey, my name is so-and-so, right? And then you introduce yourself, you flirt with her a little bit. Hey, let's exchange information. Let's do something this weekend or whatever the fuck it is, right? Don't worry about, all this warmth thing, connection and all that other goofy shit. Again, like I said, if you're the man that she is attracted to and she's feeling you, right? She is going to respond to you positively because she's feeling you. This is what you guys got to understand, right? See, what happens is that if a woman is attracted to you initially, her interest could dip quickly if you're the type of guy who doesn't believe in himself. Why? Because if you don't believe in yourself, you're going to come into the interaction all weird and fucking nervous and insecure. That's going to be the vibe, right? So at first she was like, oh, he seems cool. And then all of a sudden she's like, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? And that's because you didn't believe in yourself. You're fucking second guessing yourself when you're going and approaching these women. And the reason why you're second guessing yourself is because you think you need to do all this extra shit. You understand? You think you need to do all this extra shit. And part of you thinking you need to do all this extra shit is because you believe somewhere on a subconscious level that you aren't enough. So I got to do something more. You know, I can't just exchange numbers and set a date. I gotta, get on the phone with her. I gotta talk to her for an hour. I gotta get her comfortable with me. I gotta prove to her that I'm likable so she'll actually meet me for the date. I gotta make, like I've heard dudes say, I call her or text her because I don't want her to forget about me. So these dudes, for example, they'll match with a girl on a dating app and they'll say, well, I call her during the week because I don't want her to forget about me. Really? So you just think you're that you think you're that forgettable. If you think you're that forgettable, then what are you even doing in the first place? Why even bothering? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. We're like, a lot of y'all are doing so much more because you don't believe that you're that guy. You don't believe in yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't value yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Like, approaching women and talking to these women is the easy part. That's like the easiest thing ever. It's the easiest thing ever. You understand what I'm saying? That is the easy part. It's so funny how a lot of dudes make the easiest part super hard. I don't understand. That is the easiest part. All you're doing is going up to the woman and presenting her the opportunity. That's it. Like what 90% of the time when I approach women, like if I approach a random woman, in the street, at a bar, at a club, whatever it is, or an event, whatever, right? I don't say much. You understand what I'm saying? I don't really say much. You understand? I just introduce myself, right? I tell her why I came over, and then I fucking exchange information. If the vibe is there, that's it. That's it. I don't got to sit there and, ask her how her day was, get to know all this stuff, get her comfortable, rub her feet, massage her back. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, what are we talking about? You understand? It's not that serious. This says, is it possible for a woman's insecurity to make her pull away from a man she's attracted to, especially if his confidence highlights her own insecurities and makes her feel like she can't control him? Yes, absolutely. This is why I always talk about the fear and the desire. If her fear is stronger than her desire for you, she's going to pull back. You understand what I'm saying? So if a woman's insecurities and fears override her desire for you, that's when you're going to get resistance. If her desire overrides her fear, that's when she's going to fuck with you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I was in college, there was a chick that I knew, and I was talking to her while we was eating lunch one day, and she told me how she was fucking around with this drug dealer dude, right? And so she said that at first she was, scared to even interact with him because he was, doing his little shit on the side. But she said she was so attracted to him that she ended up fucking with him anyway, even though she had that fear of even dealing with him in the first place. So her desire to fuck with him overrode the fear of what he was doing. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times what happens is that the fear, whether, her being insecure about whatever, her wondering or guessing about some other shit, that will cause her to fall back. But either way, right? That means she doesn't have high interest. Because if she was highly interested in you, then the fear wouldn't block her from doing the thing with you. It's that simple. But a lot of guys, what they think is they say, oh, you know what? Maybe I should make her comfortable. I know, yeah, she's scared. Maybe let me make her comfortable with me. Let me try to convince her that I'm not, something. No, you see, don't do that. Remember, when a chick is really feeling you, the shit's supposed to be super easy. So this is why sexual attraction is the most potent form of attraction. It will have chicks doing shit they never thought they would do. That's a fact. That's a fact. Listen, let me tell you. So, I'm trying to tell you, when a woman is feeling you, everything is okay. Everything is good. Everything is on point. Everything that you're doing, saying, how you're being is the shit. even if what you're doing or saying is not up to par. You understand what I'm saying? See, again, what you guys have to understand is that if you are insecure, if you have a terrible mouthpiece, right? What will happen is that in a lot of cases, when a woman is highly interested in you, right, she'll sometimes give you like leeway. You understand? But don't take that too far, because she'll start to say, okay, this guy, he's kind of being a loser right now. But what I'm saying is that you got to understand that when you are dealing with these women, right? When the chick is feeling you and she's really, really about you, right? She's going to find ways in her mind for whatever you're doing to be that shit. That's the thing. That's the shit. He's the shit. He's so awesome, because that's the perception she has of you. Her attraction for you makes everything you're doing awesome. Like let's say I'm chilling with a girl, right? And let's say I just did this, right? I just opened my bottle of water and I just sipped the water. You know what she's gonna say in her mind? Oh my God, look at the way he sips that water. He's so smooth. He's so cool. That's how they think of you. And you're just sipping water. You understand what I'm saying? But that's because she's highly, highly sexually attracted to you. She's highly interested in you. Right now, you could be in a science lab, right? Cooking up the cure for cancer. And if this chick don't like you, she can be like, look at this fucking loser trying to cure cancer. Look at him. He's a fucking loser. That gives me the ick. Look at him trying to be all humanitarian, trying to cure cancer and shit. Look at this loser. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it works. You could be trying to cure cancer, coming up with the formula. And she'll be like, that just gives me the ick. That's kind of creepy. Look at him. He's so creepy over there trying to cure cancer. That's how women are. You see what I'm saying? If they're feeling you, the littlest thing that you do is amazing. If they're not feeling you, you could have been doing the greatest shit ever. She's like, ill. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. That's how it works, man. I'm telling you. He said, I had a woman admit she's given me her Google number to talk before we meet up. I told her, no, that's okay. The downfall was she was bad. Shaking my head. What do you think? Well, listen, let me give you a round of applause. Because the thing is, if a woman is trying to put barriers between you and her, she not feeling you. But the part you fucked up is you said the downfall was she was bad. You understand what I'm saying? That's the part you fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. They already caught it in the chat. It's like it was a downfall because she was a baddie. But see, that's the type of mentality that's going to get y'all stuck. It shouldn't matter if she's a quote unquote baddie. Matter of fact, I don't see. My thing is this. The problem is y'all keep thinking women are baddies just because of the way they look, right? When you get more experience in a game, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? A chick gotta cooperate. You understand? Like, I don't understand how a chick is a baddie if she ain't cooperating. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, this is like she a baddie, but she's uncooperative. How? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that shit. I do not get that shit. Where was we at with the questions? It says, what about when the head game is crazy? The throat goats can have it their way, fam. Oh my God. See, this is why women can control you guys. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're thinking this way, this is why women can control you. It's so crazy. This is how you get controlled. Because she controls you with that head game. And then it's like, she do whatever she want with you. It's a wrap. It says, Locario, what are your thoughts on protecting women who are not under your leadership, but she is in danger Should you still aid her whether you're with your main girl or not? Well, this is the thing. It depends. Because if you're in a situation where a woman's in danger, you can help her out and, it's not going to be anything crazy, then yeah, why not? You understand? But don't think that just because you're a man, you're obligated to go help some chick out. You feel what I'm saying? You see what I mean? So, in any type of situation, if you could help somebody out and it's not going to be of a detriment to you in a certain situation, then cool. But if it's a thing where you feel like you're obligated to help a woman out just because she's a woman and you're a man, you understand? You don't want to, put yourself in danger over no bullshit. Because sometimes what'll happen is that the woman may be in a situation where she's in danger because of something she might have caused. And now you're putting yourself in danger based on, the shit she's causing. Like it could be some ex-boyfriend that she kept going back to and now they're in public doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. So does a woman who disrespects her man spoil him in the relationship just to control him? King Dre made a Instagram reel about it. So he's saying a woman who disrespects her man spoil it. Wait, does a woman who disrespect her man spoil him in the relationship just to control him? So wait, you gotta elaborate on that. So you're saying that she disrespects him, but then spoils him? I don't understand how is he getting disrespected if he's getting spoiled? So you're saying that she treats him with disrespect and then she gives him a gift or something? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. In your opinion, what is the root cause why so many men have lost their masculinity and allow women to lead the relationship? What caused men to stop being leaders compared to back in the day? Well, the thing is, again, it's, dudes out here are too soft. They're worried about what everybody thinks about them. They're scared of rejection. They don't want to actually put in any work because they have big egos and they're soft. So a lot of this thing you see on the internet of guys talking about, oh, I'm not approaching women anymore. These modern women, I'm going overseas. I'm a passport bro, all that other shit. That sort of seeps into the minds of all these young dudes. And a lot of young dudes are on the internet all day. So a lot of these young dudes don't have experience even interacting with women. There are guys right now, grown men in their early 20s who have never approached a woman. Like not one ever in their life. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about, they say I'm not approaching women anymore and they've never approached a woman ever. Right? Or they never approach a woman ever and they say, I'm not approaching none of these girls because they keep seeing shit on social media and that's making them scared. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Says, what do you do when you approach a woman and she pulls mace on you? What are you talking about? Y'all motherfuckers be coming up with all these things that never happened to you. Let's stop the bullshit, Eric. That's never happened to you. Would you have monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly Zoom calls, including the Bad Boy membership, strictly for clarification on the programs? Yes, that's actually what I'm gonna start doing next year. So I think April said in the chat. So in 2026. I'm going to start doing the Zoom calls too for the Bad Boy membership. That's going to be around like June-ish, probably. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to be doing a whole different transition for the Bad Boy membership pretty soon. So I'm going to let you guys know, about that soon. So it's going to be it's going to be heavy game. So I'm going to be breaking down shit even more because look, there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about on YouTube. And I just can't because it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really too much. Like even today, there was a topic I wanted to do today, but there's no way I can talk about that topic without giving away too much. And I'm not trying to, give away the game, like too much of the game for free. You feel what I'm saying? So there's certain things that I just can't give away for free. You feel what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is that once I revamp the membership, we're going to have Zoom calls, just like how Miles has Zoom calls. We're going to have Zoom calls for the Bad Boy membership also. So that's going to be coming soon. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure that you guys tune in for that. You feel what I'm saying? But guys, call in. Call in number is 844-672-7300. 844-672 7300 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? Put a Q in the chat if you have a question. And we still got one free call. So if you guys want to call up 844-672-7300 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, the main thing that you guys got to understand about, this topic of when we're talking about how to be the man she can't control is that what you're going to notice is that there are going to be times where a woman, for example, starts to, she's hooking up with you. She's, continuously seeing you. And then she starts to really, really like you. And then what will happen is that she'll try to, for example, get more time. She'll try to get more attention because she likes you so much that she kind of wants to see if she can get more. Right? So she's not doing it in a way where she's being disrespectful. She's trying to kindly see if you would bless her with more time and attention and energy, right? Now, what'll happen is that when you deny her that, right, she'll put on a little sad face or whatever, or feel some type of way for a minute, but she doesn't slow up the cooperation. She doesn't stop seeing you. Right? It's not like she says, "Oh, I want more time." And you're like, "Nah, I ain't got time like that. I'll see you when I see you." And she's like, "All right, well, fuck you then." And then just walks away. No, what happens is you tell her, "Hey, look, this is what it is." And then she continues to see you. See, what you got to understand is this, let's say, for example, you're dealing with a girl who's really feeling you but you have a fuck buddy relationship, right? She probably in her mind would love if you guys were boyfriend and girlfriend. But what happens is because she likes you so much and because she desires you so much, she's okay with the position of fuck buddy because she would rather that than nothing. You see what I'm saying? But that happens because she realizes how much she's into you and she understands that she can't control you. So she's like, well, I can't control this motherfucker. So either I gotta get with the program or I can't see him anymore. You see what I'm saying? So that's where the power lies in this situation. Because remember, when she's dealing with a guy who's weak, she's dictating what's happening. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do whatever you say. When she's with a guy she's interested in, right? She's going with whatever he's talking about because she wants to be with him. Remember, the weak guy wants to be with the girl. The girl wants to be with the strong dude. She wants to be with the guy who has game. So the guy who has weak game wants to be with the woman. The guy who has game, the woman wants to be with him. That's how it works. So whenever you are dealing with women, you got to ask yourself this question. Is she trying to get with me or am I trying to get with her? Always ask yourself that question. That'll tell you everything. Is she trying to get with me or am I trying to get with her? That'll tell you everything you need to know. You understand what I'm saying? That will tell you everything you need to know. So if you're trying to make something happen, let's say you said to your girl, hey, let's meet this Friday. You say, hey, meet me at this bar. And she says, well, actually, that's kind of too far. Can we meet somewhere in the middle? And you say, okay, right? And then you go meet her in the middle. That's you trying to get with her. You understand? That's you trying to get with her because you already told her what to do. But she said, how about we not do what you want to do? Let's toss that to the side. And I'm going to suggest this. And then you said yes to what she suggested. You're trying to get with her. So you said, can it ever be mutual? Absolutely not. Whenever it's a situation between you and a woman, right? Somebody is always submitting to someone else. You understand? So it's not mutual. Somebody is always submitting to somebody else. So if you tell a girl, hey, meet me for drinks, 8 o'clock Friday, and she says, yes, sounds good. And she meets you for drinks, 8 o'clock Friday, that means she's submitting to you. If you tell a woman, hey, let's meet for drinks 8 o'clock Friday, and she says, well, I don't drink, I would prefer you take me to dinner instead. And then you say, okay, cool, I'll find us a restaurant. And you tell her, let's meet at Roof Chris. And you take her to Roof Chris, that means you've submitted to her. So somebody always has to submit to somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? It's that simple. So it's never a mutual thing. You understand what I'm saying? Never. So the question you could also ask, is she submitting to me or am I submitting to her? So remember, when a date is being planned, somebody has to decide what the plan's going to be. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody has to decide what the plan's going to be. And then the other person has to agree with what that person decided. You see what I'm saying? So, so there's never this like, oh, we're it's all mutual. We're on the same, it's all equal. This is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Somebody's deferring to somebody else. So a lot of times what happens is in a lot of these relationships, like you see guys who are married, you see guys who are in these long-term relationships. Excuse me. A lot of times the woman is leading the man. So the man is in a submissive position to the woman. This is why when you hear the whole thing of, or the trope of the guy and the woman, having a disagreement or she's mad at him, and then he goes sleeps on the couch in his own house. Imagine that. Imagine that. A man in his own house sleeping on the couch. Isn't that crazy? I could never. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that guy submits to his wife. Even the act of getting on your knee to give the woman the ring is you basically saying, I submit to you, woman. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Somebody's always submitting to somebody else. That's how it works. It's really that simple. So understand that dynamic is always playing. So you got to ask yourself when you're dealing with a woman, am I submitting to her or is she submitting to me? So that's why, I tell you guys, this is why, like, for example, if you're on a dating app and you tell a woman, hey, let's go get drinks. And she says some shit like, well, I would prefer we do something else. You might as well just unmatch, because she's already telling you, I'm not following what you're saying, and I'm expecting you to follow what I say. So you got to think about this. What gives a woman the gall to tell you no to what you're saying to her and then implementing what she wants? You understand? Think about this. So basically what she's saying is, you say, hey, let's go get drinks. She says, no, I want you to spend your money on what I decide. Isn't that crazy? So you give the woman an opportunity to come on a date with you, spend time with you, right? And she says, no, I don't want to do what you're saying, but I suggest you do what I'm saying and spend your money on what I'm saying. Crazy. Isn't that crazy? It sounds crazy when you think about it like that. Like this person is telling me what to do, not only with my night, but with my money. And you're going for that? Like this is cool to you? Like seriously? Crazy. But this is what happens every day. Every day this happens. And see, the reason why, a lot of guys go for this is because they have this scarcity mindset. They're living in scarcity because to say no to a woman is scary to niggas. Right? Because what happens is that a guy, right? He has a hard time acquiring women, meaning he has a hard time attracting women. So once he has a woman there, he's like, shit, I don't want to get rid of her because I don't know when's the next time I'm going to get another one in this position. So if she wants to like, go to dinner instead of drinks, well, maybe I should just go to dinner with her. Maybe I should just do that. Because, I really like her and I'm really attracted to her. And there's all these other guys that might want her. So, I got to step it up and I got to make sure that, I show her a good time. Because I don't want to lose out on her because she's so bad. She's so hot. This could be my future wife. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is what guys be thinking. And it's disgusting. But see, they think that way because they have the scarcity mindset. They think that way because they don't have any game. You feel what I'm saying? And so, and you don't have any game, you don't value yourself. Because if you tell a woman to meet you somewhere for a drink, you tell her to, to do this for a date, right? Her disregarding what you're saying or her trying to change the date is basically saying, I don't value you. That's what she's saying. I don't value you. Because if she valued you, she would be doing what you say. It's that simple. So anytime a woman refuses to do what you said, basically she's saying, I don't value you. I don't value what you're telling me to do. Therefore, I don't value you. So if she doesn't value you, why are you even bothering with this situation? But see, I know the pickup artist told you guys, come on, man, that's just a shit test, bro. She's doing that because she really likes you, bro. She's just trying to test your masculinity, bro. You see what I'm saying? She's trying to test it, bro. It's just a little test. Don't worry about that. It's fine. She's a baddie. She's used to getting dinner. So just take her out to dinner and then use your pickup skills to show her how attractive you are. Remember, demonstrate high value so you can show her how much of a man you are. And then because you hit the attraction triggers, then what's going to happen is that then she'll start to fall in love with you. You see? You see what I'm saying? This is what they'll teach you. But understand, as soon as you adhere to what the fuck she's saying, you've already lost. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what happens. This is what happens. I keep trying to tell y'all. So this says, how much time is too much time when meeting new women? What do you mean specifically? So I would say if you're talking about like, how much time do you take to talk to any one particular woman, right? You don't need to spend all day talking to women. You can talk to women for like 3 minutes or even less than that and exchange information if it's feasible, if it makes sense, and keep it moving. Now, if you're talking about time in the sense of how consistently you do it, it should basically, you should be doing this shit every day, just like how you would go to the gym. You understand what I'm saying? Or, how you would work on a particular project or whatever it is. You should implement it in your life. You understand? And that's the problem with a lot of guys is that the reason why it's so hard for you guys to attract women is because you do this on some sometimey shit, right? You don't put it as something as important as other things in your life. You see what I'm saying? And so therefore, when you see women you're attracted to, you start hesitating a lot. And you're hesitating because you're not used to it. You're not used to it because you're not putting the time to make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It says, is it wise to do what a woman says in the bedroom? So now, this is what I'll say, is there's some guys who get a kick out of, being submissive in the bedroom. You understand? Some dudes are like that. If that like turns you on, you feel what I'm saying? So if it turns you on for a woman to tell you what to do in the bedroom, more power to you. I personally, I can't do it. That shit gets me real wormy. As soon as a chick tell me what to do, is my shit is what K-Zag was doing. This is what happened to my shit when it's just like, as soon as the chick told, I remember, oh man, this is the craziest shit. I remember one time I was with this chick and she, like, we were about to do it, you know, like you doing foreplay, whatever. We was about to do it. And this chick, she said, she was like, hey, so she's like, can we slow down for a minute? I want to talk to you about something. Soon as she said that, I said, listen, like, I think we're done for the night. And she was like, well, what happened? I said, we're done. I can't even, like the mood is finished. You understand what I'm saying? Like, soon as you sitting there want to speak and talk, and like, it wasn't like she was saying like, oh, you know, like, oh yeah, do it faster, do it harder, or this and that. Like, she sat down and grabbed both my hands and wanted to talk to me about something. And I was like, And what she wanted to talk to me about was nothing. I was like, why did you even stop this, man? I can't. I'm like, I'm done. It's crazy. Or if a woman's trying to be just dominant sexually in the bedroom and shit, that shit turns me the fuck off. Like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. It's like that, you know, like how women say they get the ick. That gives me the ick. Like a chick trying to be dominant in like, I remember because April knows what I'm talking about. There's a show, Scandal, that April watches, and there was a scene where the chick Olivia Pope, she's telling I think the president to like come to the bed or some shit. She's like, get over here, come over here. And I was just like, ew. Brother, I was just like, no. I'm like, ugh. Gross. That shit grosses me the fuck out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ain't no way. That shit is terrible. He said he's passport bros in DR right now with Red Balls in it. He says, so you was fucking a girl. Yeah, she wanted to stop and talk. And then she stopped me, right? To talk about like, oh, what does this mean to you? And what is being intimate mean? And I was like, get that shit out of here. I looked at her like this.
Get out of here, you damn nigga!
I was like, no, we're done. I was like, let's call it a night. It's over. I'm like, let's call it a night. It is over. Can't do it. Can't do it. So I'm like, I'm not trying to have a whole damn heart to heart. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, It's like she wanted to connect with me spiritually and shit. It's like she wanted the shit to be special. I'm like, ugh, get out of here. I'm like, nope. I was like, we're good. I'm like, we are good. Crazy. Crazy. I couldn't do it. He's like, are our souls tied now? What does this mean? And that's an ick for me too, where like, I don't like when women make sex like this spiritual miracle soul tie that shit is so corny to me. I can't do it. It just turns me off. I'm like, that is super unattractive. You understand what I'm saying? Like anytime when I'm like, when it comes to sex and a woman is putting sex on the pedestal, like there was this one lady I remember I was talking to, and we were talking about, like we were just getting drinks, we was talking about sex. And she made it this thing where she was trying to convince me that I don't have, she was like, you don't have enough respect for the act of sex because it's something special between two people and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, ugh. I'm like, we got to end this day quick. I'm like, I got to go home. I can't deal with this shit. I can't deal with this shit. Exactly. It's like, it's just sex. Like, chill. They be trying to come with the stars and the quasars and I'm like, stop. I'm like, stop. I'm like, listen, because if we have sex, all that's going to happen is we're going to do it, right? You're going to leave. And then we may or may not see each other again. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? I'm like, I ain't got time for this bullshit. I'm like, I do not got time for this bullshit. Let me see. Where was we at with the questions? Said, bro, why do I keep feeling the pushback? My, I say, trying to say, my nigga, I'm outside live right now. I don't get it. I had it once, but I fell off. Debbie, get some coaching, fam. Get some coaching. Is it cool to receive gifts from a past situationship, like birthday gift, and also give her a gift on her birthday? Also, well, it's the thing. If you're doing it on some, just being a cool type shit, is whatever. But if you're doing it and your intention is, I'm doing this to try to get back with her, or I'm trying to make something happen, or, she's doing it in the sense where she's doing that with strings attached, then that's an issue. But if it's just like, oh yeah, I just, people that I know and that I'm cool with, their birthday, I just send them a little something or whatever it is, that's fine. But you got to look at your intention. What's your intention behind what you're doing? Because how many days a week should you see your girlfriend? Well, it depends on you, right? Because once a woman's your girlfriend, that's up to you how many times you want to make the shit happen. But what I would say is that you still want to make sure you have days that you're not seeing her. So you don't want to see your girlfriend every fucking day. You feel what I'm saying? So you want to have days that's like to yourself for you to recharge and just do your own thing. You feel what I'm saying? But this is why I tell you guys, go get the vetting process, master the vetting process on shoplocario.com. Make sure that you guys go get that. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you get master the vetting process, so you know the way that's going to be more beneficial to make a woman your girl. Because the thing is this, you don't want to make a girl your girl in 2 months, and then you ended up seeing her 5-6 days a week. That's crazy. 347, what's popping with this?
Locario, what's up?
What's going on? Who's this?
Frenchy, I'm a new subscriber.
All right. Did you donate, or are you taking a free call?
No, listen, I'm trying to donate, but I only got Apple Pay.
Okay, so we got one free call. Take the free call. Are you on speaker?
Yeah, I'm on speaker.
All right, take yourself off speaker and speak directly into the phone.
It's better now?
Yeah, there you go. So what's going on with you?
Okay. So listen, last weekend, I bagged a girl. I bagged a girl at the NBA Youngboy show. She was bad as hell. You feel me? She was so fucking bad, nigga. I'm so surprised I got her. It was crazy. So I shoot my shot and everything. She was with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
She told me she wanna be like. She told me that's her birthday. She wanna go to the club and everything.
Hold on, caller. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, 28. Okay, go ahead. So you hollered at the girl, and then her friend said what?
She told me she's trying to go to the club that night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, let's go to the club. We have fun. You know what I'm saying? We went to the club and we had so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the night, she bring me to her house, and she let me fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I spent the night in her house. We had such a good time. But then the next day, I text her. She don't want to reply to me no more. Like, I would like to know, like, it is possible to have, because I'm kind of surprised. It is possible to have such a good time with a girl, and then she forgot about you like that. Like, she don't pick up my phone call. She don't want to text me no more. Like, and we had a good time. I don't know if I did something wrong. I don't think so, because she was having fun with me. Okay, but she gave me the pussy and everything, and she just cut me off. I'm like, damn.
So caller. So the thing is, first of all, did you wear a condom?
I did wear a condom.
You did? Okay, good. So first
But
thing,
I ain't gonna lie.
What?
I'm gonna be real with you.
oh Lord,
I did some crazy shit, man.
what'd you do?
I eat the pussy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be real with you.
Okay.
I eat the
so-
pussy, man. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real. I even told my friend, I said, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I eat the pussy. They was like, yo, bro, you gotta chill. You gonna hear a pussy? You just meet that girl? Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I did bad. That I did bad. I'm not gonna do this again.
So okay, so this is the thing. First of all, never follow a woman. So you shouldn't be just meeting some random woman, going back to her place, following her, because you never know what's in that particular situation.
No, listen. She wants to come to my crib, but then I told her I live in Jersey. She said, "Oh, do you really live in Jersey?" I said, "Yes, but I do drive." But she like, "Oh, you live far. They just come to my house," because she was not trying to go all the way to Jersey.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
So caller,
She said Jersey is too far.
Right.
So I'm like, let's go to your crib.
Okay.
You feel me? I'm like, all right.
So caller, this is the thing: is that sometimes women want to have sex that night and that's it. That can happen. Or she didn't like the sex so she thought that the sex was bad. Or she could have had a man and and she was cheating on her man with you. So any of those situations.
Oh, I think you're right, because when she was getting naked, somebody was texting her phone. Oh, I think you're right. Oh, somebody was texting her from the whole time she was getting naked, and I read the text. That nigga says, you must be getting some dick because you're not picking up my phone call. I'm like,
Caller, you trolling?
Shit.
Caller, tell me you trolling. Please tell me you trolling.
Please, I swear I'm serious. I'm really serious. I'm not trolling. I'm really.
Okay,
I mean, you probably think I'm trolling because I got a accent. I got a strong accent, so you might think I'm trolling, but I'm dead serious.
Right.
Somebody was texting her phone and was like, "Why you not like, But I was like, "Oh, I think that's why."
So caller, this is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is this, man, is that the chick either didn't like smashing you, or she had a man. You feel what I'm saying? Or she just wanted to smash you that same night. But overall, don't worry about a chick not calling you back. You just got to move on to the next women. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. I think and the funny part is what to be honest, this is my first time to shoot my shot and to shoot my shot to a girl and to fuck the girl the same day. That never happened to me.
Okay.
So this was kind of my first time.
Well, caller, listen.
But
man, make sure.
She probably got a man. I just go to the next one. I was kind of confused.
Caller,
I'm like, damn.
Caller, make sure though you be careful at the NBA YoungBoy concerts. That's all I'm saying. They be wilding out there. But I appreciate the call, fam. So guys, call in 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. Way too excited. He's like, yo. Charlie Kiefer in the building. What's going on, fam?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Locario? I'm doing well.
Chilling. What's good with you?
Yes, I just want to add to that point before about whoever that question was about soul ties and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I just want to call in because I was laughing because I was like, that shit is the biggest bunch of bullshit ever fucking told on earth. I swear to God, man. That whole soul tying through sex. It's the sex. See, because what it is, what I realize is people, and this is one of the reasons that guys want to get a baddie, right? Because they think that once they get a baddie, it's they'll finally be accepted by existence.
Right.
It's it'll be their existence is finally enough. It's bro, you're already here, you dumb fuck. You know what I mean? That's how you're valuable. You know? Exactly. And is having sex with a woman any more spiritually connected than me having a conversation with you right now?
Exactly.
It's
that's and see
how is that
right
possible?
There, right. And see that right there is the issue.
is people put sex on a pedestal, so they connect these things like soul ties and twin flames and all this other shit to sexual situations because they make sex a big thing. Because the thing is this, you can have a connection with someone by having a conversation. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that they always try to connection and make it more of a big thing through sex, which is bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
Because it's like, and to your point, it's like when you put that pedalization of sex, you're basically saying that some part of you is invaluable, which is literally impossible because all parts of you and everything is here and there is no outside. So what are we talking about?
Right.
So pedestalizing that thing is actually like a self-division in a sense. That's impossible. So it's kind of funny how it's like, it's put like that. And I think that shit is just hilarious because people fight tooth and nail to be like, that's crass. That's unholy. Like, bro, like whatever, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But I just want to add to that point, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it's just, that's one of the cruxes of like guys who be like the one guy in the caller, I don't know if it was a caller or a question earlier in the chat, and where he was like, if she's a throat goat, fuck her. She can tell me whatever she wants to do. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, what?
Right.
What are we talking about?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what happens with, you know, putting sex on a pedestal and making sex more, because this is the thing, right? What people don't understand about, just like life is that everything matters. So if you're making one thing more important than the other, what you're doing is you're invalidating the other thing you're making less important. Right. And so the problem is that you can't have the one thing you think is important without the other things surrounding that one thing, because the other thing surrounding that one thing makes the other thing exist. So the thing is this, is that if you're taking sex and making sex more important than everything else, or you're singling that out, what you're saying is you're disrespecting everything else around sex. So you're saying sex is more important than all these other things, but all these other things are tied to sex. So the thing is that you can't just take one thing out of the entire thing and make that special. So the entire thought of a soul tie or this twin flame or all this other nonsense, right? That comes from ego. That comes from wanting to be separate from everything versus understanding everything is one thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly.
But I don't know too much on this because this is obviously a deep game, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm gonna add another 20 and thanks to take my call.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, fam. All right, so guys, call in 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. Calling number is 844-672-7300. So make sure you guys call that. Let me see what the questions are saying. What was we at with the questions? They said, did you see her after that? Oh, you talking about the girl that wanted to talk? Nah, I didn't see her after that. That was a wrap. That was a wrap. I was like, I'm out of here. Says, what if it's 5 women in a room scattered and I'm different, as in different areas? Should you approach all of them, or will I look thirsty? Again, you guys got to stop worrying about the women and how you look to the women. You don't owe any of these women anything. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't owe you anything. So the thing is that if you're in a room and, you know, like a party or something, and there's a bunch of women, right? Talk to as many women as you want. Right now, what happens is that if you talk to a woman like right here, and then there's another woman like 2 feet away from you, and they're saying the same exact thing, or you're saying the same exact thing to her friend and all that other stuff, that could just cause a rift based on their ego. But what I'm saying is that you can still talk to whoever you want to talk to and make shit happen in that particular situation. You see what I'm saying? So you ain't got to worry too much about that. If a woman says something masculine like I wear the pants and I say yeah until I pull them down, is that witty playfulness okay? Or is that some shit you should immediately charge? Again, context. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, depending on the context of the situation, right? What is being talked about before that, right? What's the dynamic of the situation? You got to think about context in all these situations. Now, the thing is that if you're in a situation where she's even saying I'll wear the pants, right? What is the situation where that conversation was even happening in the first place? You feel what I'm saying? And how is she saying it? Is it being said in a playful, flirtatious type of tone? Or is she saying that in a
argumentative, we're having a debate type of tone. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that shit. But let me see if we got any more questions. So guys, if you have any more questions, put the questions queue in the chat. If you want to call the number is 844-672-7300. So call in and let's get that cracking. But yeah, the thing is with people putting that sex on a pedestal, and this is why you shouldn't put sex on a pedestal. You guys shouldn't put the sex on a pedestal, is because what happens is that when you do that, you are actually playing into a woman's strategy to attract weak men. You understand? You're doing the same thing they're doing without even realizing it. You're participating in the manipulation. Because what happens is when a woman is really highly sexually attracted to a guy, she's throwing the pussy at him. There's not all of this, I got to get to know you. There's not all of this soul tie nonsense and all this other bullshit. She's sexually attracted to that guy. She wants to have sex with him, and sex happens as soon as possible. You understand what I'm saying? So if you guys are getting caught up in women saying these things, and then you start saying these things, that's because they've indoctrinated you to believe the bullshit that they were using for manipulation. You understand? Because like I said, women only put sex on a pedestal for weak men they feel they can control with sex. Exactly. So that's a tactic. That whole thing of, oh, I'm celibate, soul ties, got to get to know you. I'm not that type of girl. All that shit is a smokescreen. All of it. Because those women who say that, those women are fucking and sucking some other dude who didn't really do nothing for them. They've known this guy for 10 minutes. It's nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So all that shit they talking about is bullshit. And you know it's bullshit because if you're dealing with enough women, you know the difference between a woman who actually is feeling you sexually and how she acts versus a woman who's not feeling you sexually and how she acts. See, I'm telling you, once you guys understand this, it'll be as bright as, it'll just be so obvious. So like when you guys start getting on online dating sites and you start matching with these women and you say, hey, let's meet up for a drink. And then you see her say some shit like, oh, you're kind of bold. Let's talk more on here. You're like, oh yeah, she ain't got high interest. Or she's like, hey, I don't really drink. She ain't got high interest. Oh, hey, can we get on a phone call so we could talk more? She ain't got high interest. Like it'll be so clear as day. You're like, yeah, this chick ain't got high interest. Now, what happens is that you'll see that they have high interest based on, again, how they come at you. You say, hey, let's go get a drink this Friday. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. I get off work at 6. You're like, cool, meet me at 7:30 at so-and-so and so. She says, sounds good. Looking forward to seeing you. That simple. That simple. None of this, I got to get to know you. None of this, let's talk more. None of that. Because there's nothing a woman can get to know or talk more about to make the decision. See, the fact that she even wants to talk more is her trying to decide if it's worth it. Like, I'm sure some of you guys have done this before. You ever go on an online dating site and you match with a girl and you look at her pictures a little too long? You're like, she's all right. I mean, she's decent. Should I even message this woman? Let me look at her picture again. Okay, the third and fourth picture I like, but this, fifth picture, I don't know. She looked kind of weird in this one. I'm not really too sure if you understand, like, you're taking a while to figure it out. Why? Because you are not highly interested. That's why you want to get to know more. Same thing with women. When a woman is looking at your profile on the online dating app, and you send her a message to get together, and she says, oh, let's talk more, let's do this. She's like, I'm not really sold yet. Maybe if I talk to him, it'll give me a reason to see him. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. The woman, there's enough on there with your pictures, your bio, and the message for her to actually make a decision to come see you. You see what I'm saying? If you meet a woman in person, right, and you're having a conversation, an interaction with her, right? There's enough there already in that 2-minute conversation for her to determine whether or not she wants to fuck with you or not. You do not have to go through all of this extra shit. If you're talking to a 28-year-old woman and she's been getting hollered at since she was 18, that is 10 years of experience of her figuring the fuck out what she's interested in. You understand what I'm saying? You said, so technically they're asking guys to perform and they do it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. You understand? Jillian said, I don't do any dating sites. IG lasted 2 weeks. Then just a week ago, open it again. 1 day later, it's closed for good now. So yeah, I can't get at Jillian on IG. You know what I'm saying? But this is why I tell you guys, go to shoplocario.com, get them online dating consultations, because that will help you to figure out, oh, I noticed that this girl's saying this. She's on some bullshit. Let me send her this message. Because this is the thing. We help you create messages. If you go to shoplocario.com, right? And if you guys get the online dating consultation, which all of you guys should go and don't even walk, just run to shoplocario.com. Like, run there. Go get a train or a plane and run to shoplocario.com and get the online dating consultation. Because what happens is that we help design messages, right, that make it to where if a woman responds with, let's get to know each other more, then you're definitely going to know she's an attention whore, because the message that we designed for you to send eliminates her even saying that. So if she says anything to that degree, you already know she not really trying to make nothing happen. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing, is that you guys got to be aware of this stuff so you don't waste your time. See, a lot of time being wasted is because of ignorance. It's because you don't know. So we teach you the things you don't know so that you can actually step up your shit. You see what I'm saying? That's what we do. So we will help you out with all of that. You said, where do you find high interest women since it's a low percentage? All right, so there's this place. I don't know if you heard of it, though. It's a place called Earth, right? And so on Earth, there's a whole lot of women on Earth. A whole lot of women. See, guys, you understand that there's an abundance of women who have high interest in you, more than you could ever even handle. The problem is that you guys don't want to get through the rejections and the no's and the women you have to charge immediately. I don't want to have to deal with that. Because this is the thing. When you're finding women who have high interest, you're going to run across a lot of women who have medium to low to no interest. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm telling you is, like, let's say, for example, you go into a place where there's 100 women. At least 1 to 10 of those women are going to have high interest in you, right? So you got at least 1 to 10% of the women in this place who will have high interest in you. Let's say you had 6 women in that one place who had high interest in you. That's 6 women you've exchanged information with in that one place. And you go to another place with another 100 women. And then let's say 4 of those women had high interest in you. And then that's another 4. And then you go to another place and then 5 more. So you got 15 women already. And you just went to 3 places. But the problem is you guys are not actually going anywhere, or you guys are not actually going online. And not only that, right? What happens is that you guys are not making yourselves the most attractive you can make yourselves, because you guys don't, you just don't want to adhere to the game. You feel what I'm saying? You said, can I finally chill? What do you mean by finally chill? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Elaborate. He says, so if a woman brings up that sex on a pedestal stuff on the first date, it's a wrap. Well, usually if she's bringing that, that type of energy, when she's like, oh, sex is sacred and the Kundalini energy and all that other shit, right? A lot of times what happens is she's trying to run game on you. She's trying to get you to adhere to that ideology so that she can stop you from trying to make sex happen. You understand? I remember I had a chick do that on a date. Well, she thought she was slick. She was like, we met at the spot. She was like, she was like, I get so tired of meeting all these guys on these dating apps because it just seems like all they want is sex. You feel what I'm saying? That's what she said, right? She's like, it just seems like all they want is sex. Right? So basically she was saying that because she was trying to throw me off or throw it off so that I wouldn't be flirting and being sexual. You understand what I'm saying? So women will do little things like that to get you to follow their, level of manipulation. You understand what I'm saying? In those situations. Crazy. It says, had a girl hit me with the, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. I want to get to know you more before we do it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Medium interest. It's not high interest. You said, had a chick ask me, what's the point of a short-term relationship on Hinge? Because I've had that on my profile. Again, you guys gotta remember, all of this manipulation. All manipulation. Because she's saying, what's the point of a short-term relationship? But she's the same woman who was gargling nuts last night from some random nigga that she fucking. You understand what I'm saying? Like women, see, when it comes to you talking about sex with women talk about sex or act like they don't know what sex is sometimes just because they're trying to manipulate you. Like short-term casual, what is that? I don't do that. That's crazy. That's insane. Like they act like it's like they're a racist white person trying to deny racism or white supremacy. What racism? What white supremacy? What are you talking about? There's no such thing as that. What do you mean? So you tell a chick about casual sex. Casual sex? I don't do such things. Who does that? That's insane. What are you talking about? But she was just sucking dick in the bathroom last week from some niggas she met at the bar. You see what I'm saying? Like they play dumb, like they don't understand what's going on because they have to play dumb to the niggas that they want to use for non-sexual situations. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that, that's going down. You say you have some women that are trying to appeal to your ego, that's looking for that virtuous good girl. They're hoping you're foolish enough to buy the act. That's a fact. That's a fact. So that's the thing. Don't get caught up with the bullshit. This says, in regards to context about wearing the pants, she said, shut up. What? She said, shut up. I said, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. And then she said, what you gonna do about it? I said, I'm gonna leave for good. Man. So you sitting there arguing with a chick? Come on, fam, stop. You sitting there arguing with a woman? You can't be serious. You can't be serious, man. Like, stop that. You gotta keep that shit pushing. You said, why go on 3 dates? We kissed, flirted, talked to her dirty, everything sexual. All right, so OT Obama, you got to call up, man. I want to know what the situation is, fam. You understand? It says, what do you mean when you say sexual attraction is the highest form of attraction? Having sex is the lowest form of investment. I thought you need to find out if you and women are sexually compatible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if sexual attraction is the highest form of attraction, meaning that is the most important part of attraction. That's the top thing. That's the thing that lets you know a woman is attracted to you and you're attracted to that woman. And having sex is the lowest form of investment. So meaning that because it's the highest form of attraction, it's going to be the lowest form of investment, meaning the easiest way to invest in the situation. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you guys to get confused by this. So what I'm saying is that, let me say it a different way so you guys understand, right? So if a teenager, their highest form of fun is playing video games, right? Then that would mean that the easiest thing for them to do to have fun would be playing video games. So if the highest form of attraction is sexual attraction, the lowest form of investment is sex. You understand what I'm saying? So why is Locario his profile pic? It's because he I know this motherfucker's hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, it's really not that complicated, guys. So if a woman on a first date tell you why, when you ask her to come sit by you, should you end the date on the spot? Yeah, just finish your drink and end the date. Finish the drink and end the date. I remember I was on a date with a chick from a dating app, and the date was cool. Like everything was cool up until near the end, because we set the date up on the app. And then so I told her, I said, listen, I was like, you seem pretty cool. I was like, we don't have each other's number. So I said, take my number down and text me so I have your number. This chick looked at me and said, no, you take my number. I said, nah, we're good. I'm good. And then that was it. Now, mind you, the entire date up until that point, everything was on point. I would have called her again. We could have, made shit happen. But soon as I said to her, take down my number, she said, no, you take my number. It was over. We're done. You see what I'm saying? Like, thanks for playing. We're done. That one thing right there was the first thing she resisted throughout the entire situation. So I told her to meet me at the place. She met me at the place. No resistance, no hesitation. She got to the place. We're talking, we're interacting, all that stuff. Everything was cool. So then I said, hey, take down my number. No, you take that. I was like, oh, she's finished. She's finished. Over. Like, we're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are finished. He said, why do women put up a resistance even when they are turned on? Well, what do you mean? You're talking about, like, if you're trying to, like, kiss them and you're in the bedroom with them and all that other stuff? Well, if they're giving that resistance, they're not really turned on. You understand what I'm saying? If she's giving that resistance, this is what I talked about on the other show. Sometimes women are in situations that they put themselves in because one minute they're like, oh yeah, let's do this. And they might be attention whoring. And then they get into a situation where they're like, fuck, I'm in this situation. So she may not necessarily want to do it, which is why she's giving you the pushback and resistance. Now, if a woman's giving you that resistance, you need to back the fuck off. You understand what I'm saying? Immediately. See, y'all got to learn the art of walking away from a chick. Like, walking away from women is beautiful. It's so good. It's like one of my favorite things to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of my favorite things to do. Like, soon as a chick do something, like just like the girl that I told to take my number down, and she was like, no, you take. I was like, oh, so yeah, we're done. I'm walking away from this shit. It's a wrap. That's a wrap. You understand what I'm saying? I got no problem walking away from a chick. And the reason why I got no problem walking away from a chick is because I love myself more than I could love any woman ever. Ever. Because understand that resistance is basically her saying that I do not see the value in you, which is why I'm resisting you. You understand? So guys, you got to understand something, is that The cooperation that a woman gives you is basically her being on the same page as you. It's her saying, I value you, so I'm mirroring you. So when she is being resistant, she is not mirroring you, meaning she doesn't value you. See, when you look in the mirror and you put your hand up and wave, the reflection's going to put its hand up and wave. That means that it's on the same page, it's in sync. So when a woman is resisting you, what she's saying is, I don't value you. And if she doesn't value you, then why are you fucking with her? Because to fuck with a chick who don't value you means that you don't value yourself. It's really that simple. That's why, again, where the PUAs value pussy more than themselves. That's why they will disrespect themselves for pussy. You understand what I'm saying? That's exactly why. So what happens is that they come up with rationalizations for resistance and disinterest. Oh, it's just a shit test, bro. You know, she really likes you. She's just trying to test your manhood, bro. You see what I'm saying? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Says, what do I say if she says I'm too young? If she says you're too young, then she's not feeling you. Guys, listen, this is it's so simple in black and white. It's ridiculous. I swear, you guys got to get out more. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys have to get out more. It's really that simple. Again, if she says you're too young, what is that? Resistance. Resistance equals some form of disinterest. It's that simple. You said, does every girl on the planet not want me? Come on, fam. You need coaching badly. You see what I'm saying? That's the life of solid. You need coaching badly. First of all, look at your name and look at your avatar. So you're getting exactly what you want. You have a life of solitude. So you need coaching, fam. That's it. Just hit me up on the back end for some coaching, man. This is crazy. Is talking to mad chicks a brain exercise? It's like a mental block. What do you mean? Is talking to mad chicks? What are you talking about? You gotta rephrase that. Do disrespectful women mostly come from a fatherless home, or a father who had no game, or maybe a man with no game from her past? Well, the thing is that a lot of times it comes from, poor guidance. So that could be part of it. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing is that if she is, disrespecting you, it doesn't matter where it came from. It just matters that she's disrespecting you. If she's disrespecting you, then you got to keep that shit pushing. You feel what I'm saying? So how to get rid of a mental block of going outside and talking? It's like a force field. Get coaching, Junkie Express. If you need it. A lot of you guys don't understand. I need to get coaching. Like a lot of y'all just need to get coaching. Like you need it, like you need oxygen. Because some of the things you guys are asking is because you guys are not actually putting in the work and doing the things, but you're not doing the things and putting in the work because you don't even know what work to put in and what to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Invest in yourself, get some coaching, click on the links. Click on those links. Exactly. Or call, listen, y'all could call in right now. Y'all have the phone lines is right here. You guys can call up right now. This is what I'm saying. Like, don't be scared to call in. Calling in is the first step. You know what I'm saying? This is a safe space, people. It's a safe space. Okay, it's gonna be okay. I promise. You said some days be slow to where I don't see a lot of women to take action and approach. Is that a part of the game, or is it just the area I'm in? Yeah, well, that happens sometimes. It's the area that you're in. There's times that shit could slow down. It's just part of the game. But This is why you want to be able to like attack from all areas. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, if you're in a situation where nothing's popping off outside, right? You always got shit online. If shit is not popping online, you go back outside, find those areas where it's more populated. So sometimes, see, you guys got to do research. So for example, there's a guy I was coaching where he was in like a town where it was like, you know, not that many people. And then, so, but the closest town to him was like, you know, a 30-minute drive. So when he took the 30-minute drive, he did some research in that area to see which places was popping. He went to all the places. He, you know, talked to the people. He said, hey, what days are things happening at this spot, or when is it most crowded, and all that other stuff. He got the intel, and then he went back to those places on those days where it was crowded, where there was more women. He went out to them spots, talked to more women. He ended up getting shit popping because he did the work, the research to figure out where the women are at and be able to go and get the shit going down. He said if they don't really want the help, Locario, they're taking the path of least resistance, a faceless, voiceless question. Calling in or getting coaching is too uncomfortable for them. Exactly. And see, that's the crazy part, because, you know, if you're too scared to call up to the show, how are you going to approach a woman? Like, how are you going to approach a random woman if you're scared to even call into the show? That's crazy. That is insane. It's going to be a wrap for y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a wrap for y'all. I'm telling you. Like, if you can't even call into the show, you're approaching women, it's going to be rizzy. You understand? Thanks for the support, Obama, but you should definitely call in, fam. He said, for now, you'll stay a while. So I'm saying, I gotta call in, man. Y'all motherfuckers is wild. Don't be scared, because I'm telling you, the thing is that if you're nervous to do this, talking to women is going to be 10 times harder. You understand what I'm saying? 10 times harder. So you got to understand. See, I'll say it like this, right? Is that the reason why it's difficult for most guys to talk to women and why they get negative responses is because most women you approach have way more experience being approached than you have approaching, right? Most women have way more experience being approached than you have approaching women. So now, because they have more experience being approached than you have approaching women, this is why you'll get that negative energy sometimes, because now you become another guy approaching her who's insecure, who doesn't have a mouthpiece, who's not confident. So now you're just like you're like a fly in her, for like, get away, like you're bothering me type shit. You see what I'm saying? And then that's going to reinforce that insecurity you have already. You understand? Because see, back in the days, I used to do casting with some of these companies. So for like reality shows and different things. And so we'd be in the room where the people come in and audition, and within like 10 seconds, they'd be like, next person, next person. Because what happens is that you're getting so much people coming in that you know what you're looking for, and you already know what you don't want, so you quickly dismiss it. So it's the same thing when you're talking to women. If you're the type of guy who doesn't know how to talk to women, you're scared to approach, all this other shit, what happens is you're going to get off rip. Not only, you're going to get rejections anyway. Everybody gets rejections, but you're going to get more like, negative rejections, harsh rejections. And even if you don't get a harsh rejection, you're going to take it harshly because you put so much pressure on the situation. But you put so much pressure on the situation because you don't do it enough. You understand? So it hasn't become normal to you. So a lot of you guys right now, approaching women would be like this big event. You're like, you hype it up. You're like, yeah, I've been staring at that girl across the room for the past half an hour. I'm going to finally muster up the courage to go and approach her. And it's just like, you make it this big event instead of
making approaching women and talking to women a regular thing you do, which is going to make you more attractive. You feel what I'm saying? And make you more well-versed in interacting with women. Because what's your take on seducing women on the fence? Because I heard that a lot from ARC. I once heard you tell us to avoid them and only go for high interest women. Oh, let me get this call real quick. I think it's Charlie again. What's popping, bro?
Yeah, I just want to see if I could take that free call because I just wanted to talk about why I think guys should get coaching, all right? Because I'm a prime example of a guy who needed coaching like crazy. And, you know, to put it in perspective, I'm not going to go into details about all the coaching and all the other stuff, but what I'm going to say is that so far, I got to count this. I think it's 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. I think I spent around $9,000 donating and also getting coaching. The majority of that coaching and also big lessons I learned in college previous that you guys had to go find if you're looking for that shit. But, you know, like that's almost $10,000. You know what I mean? So like when I first was getting into this a couple years ago, you know, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I mean, I had some clue, but I was very open. But also what I realized is that, like, as you're going through life, you realize something, and you obviously know this because you're older than me, is that, like, time is not on your side. You know what I mean? Like you go through life and you're like, for me, I was struggling a lot, and you're just like looking around and you're just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And you just come to a point where you're like, it's my fault. Like, this is my fault. And so it's like, you know, to a couple guys in the chat who, you know, they call up or they say shit in the chat like, you know, Charlie doesn't know what he's talking about, or Locario says this and that, and the third, and, you know, it's like most of these guys, they don't realize that probably earlier in their childhood or somewhere along the line, they got fucked up, you know? And I'm sorry that you guys got fucked up, you know what I mean? Like, I wish it didn't happen to you, but you guys got fucked up. So now we're at a crossroads where you guys got to come to make a choice and say, hey, I'm going to take this leap. Look at me. I put almost around $10,000 into this shit, bro. Look, I do not make a lot of money. I mean, you know, my parents are rich. That's not my money. So let me just put it like that. And it's like, you know, my dad's like, hell no, Charlie, you ain't getting none of this fucking will. You know, I'm like, holy fucking shit. You know what I mean? But he's like, but it's like, you know, I know it's scary for you guys, you know, but I'm a prime example of a guy who, you know, you can hear in my voice. I'm confident as a motherfucker right now. And that wasn't because I gained something. That was because I had to rediscover who the fuck I already was deep down inside. So it's like, you know, anyway, I just want to say that a little bit of motivation. And, you know, for these guys, when you guys call in or you guys send messages in the chat talking about, you know, that bullshit, Locario, you're fucking projecting your own self-hate onto somebody else, which is control, because, again, you hate yourself. It's the same thing that women who don't like you do to you. And you're just acting like a fucking woman doing it to other people. And men. What the fuck kind of man are you?
That's
what kind of man does that?
That's real
so
shit.
Just step, so how about this?
That's real shit.
So for these guys, get on that coaching. I'm not saying you have to go to get a fucking, you know, $1,000 coaching like I did right away, but get in on something. You guys think that like this thing of life is just fucking endless. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lucky enough to even get to 26 years old right now, and I'm blessed. You know what I mean? But you know, just get on that coaching and you will see. And when you experience who you are, it's such a fucking beautiful thing. And anyway, I'm kind of like going on here, but you know what I mean? I just want to say this because, you know, I'm very passionate about this shit because, you know, I discovered who I am thanks to Locario Miles and also April and other coaches. And it's the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I get rejected all the time. So what does that tell you? That says the game ain't about fucking women.
Exactly. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yes, sir. Well, yeah,
that's what I'm calling it. So yeah, appreciate taking my call.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, fam. Charlie always coming in with that game. That's what I'm talking about. Real talk. So hold on. We this question. He said, "What's your take on seducing women on the fence?" Because I heard that a lot from ARC. I once heard you tell us to avoid them and only go for high interest women, but ARC had no problem seducing them. Yeah, that's right, because ARC wanted to seduce those women, but you got to understand that. And shout out to ARC, rest in peace. When he broke down the archetypes of the women, he was talking about women who are reciprocators, manipulative time wasters, wholesome pretenders, and I think rejectors, right? So what happens is that
the women who were the pretenders, right, who were pretending or acting like I was saying earlier, that they don't get down and all this other stuff, he knew that they were acting that way, but he still chose to seduce those women. What I tell you guys is to focus more on the reciprocators. Those are the women who off the rip are showing that high interest and consistently fuck with you. So you can still, like I said, you can still deal with a woman who has medium interest, right? I told you this, you can still deal with a woman who has medium interest. The issue though is that if you deal with a woman who has medium interest, which is the wholesome pretender, which is what ARC talks about, you have to accept there's going to be resistance in the future. You understand? So what that means is that you can't get with the woman who's resisting you and at the beginning, and then there's no resistance afterwards. That's not how it works. The resistance, soon as resistance is in the situation, prepare for future resistance. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, you can seduce those women and make it happen. All I'm saying is you have to deal with that shit at the end of the day. So if you're okay with dealing with more resistance, then cool. The problem though is that when you deal with women who give you resistance, right? What you're doing is you're also setting yourself up to be in situations that could potentially be dangerous for you, because what happens is, and this is the thing where you guys got to look out for, is that you have to always remember that when you're dealing with a woman who's giving you resistance, there's a part of her that is disinterested in you. And then the disinterest is the reason why you're getting the resistance. But the problem is that because there's that disinterest and she's not highly interested in you, those things where there's the resistance and the disinterest in that situation can cause drama and all this other stuff that comes along with that, because that woman isn't actually really, really feeling you. You feel what I'm saying? And shout out to Kings. Like I said, ARC was able to do it without compromising non-sexual time. The average guy will be compromising is not exactly. That's a fact. Hold on. Is this Charlie again?
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yeah. So I just forgot to say one thing, which is that because this is something I forgot to say because I think it's very important, is that before I got the coaching, I ain't gonna lie, these guys probably don't know, bro. I was fucking terrified, bro, because I was like, man, what if this guy Locario thinks I'm a fucking idiot? What if I'm just so far gone, bro?
Right.
Like, what if I'm just like he's like, bro, you get I was like, oh, what if he thinks my body count is low or some shit like that? You know what I mean? Right. Then he'll be like, yo, what the fuck's wrong with you? Or some, whatever fucking conspiracy you make up in your fucking mind, But, it's because you were joking before about the whole safe space stuff, Locario, I'm not tongue in cheek, you know what I mean? Obviously jokingly, Locario's looking out for you guys, you know? You guys don't actually realize how much Locario loves himself and loves you at the same time. If he didn't even give a fuck.
Real talk.
If you didn't give a fuck, you wouldn't even be coaching this stuff. Right. But you guys realize that Locario is doing this out of his love for you guys, which is also a relation for the amount of love he has for himself. Exactly. And anyway, so I just wanted to make that point because I was fucking really scared before I got into this whole thing. You know what I mean? And I just want to say, if I can do it, you guys can do it. I just said, fuck it. I'm going to do it fearful because what other option I have? Either that or I fucking die. So
right. and that's
you only got two choices.
Right. And that's a good point, because a lot of times people let the fear stop them from growing. So it's do the thing, even if you fear it, because that's going to help you. For example, I'll give you a perfect example with myself personally, even becoming, a coach, right? There were times where I was like, shit, how am I even going to do this? I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Are people going to actually watch my shit and do, or buy my stuff? Or I didn't I was and there was that little fear or doubt. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it anyway. You feel what I'm saying? And so the thing is that you push through the fear and then you still do it anyway. And then you get past it because you actually see what's going on the other side. You see that you're capable of doing the thing that you were scared of doing. You feel what I'm saying? Right.
Because, and that's the last thing I want to say is that because what I realized that your desire isn't going to go away.
Right.
Exactly. It's like these guys to say, I'm not going to stop and approach women. I'm like, I kept waking up and I'm like, I still feel the same, you know what I mean?
Right,
so it's I gotta get this, but anyway, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So thanks for my call, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. And shout out to Miles in the building. So make sure that you guys join the Masculine Identity membership. And the Zoom call this Monday is going to be how to be the man who always get what he wants. 11 p.m. Eastern on Monday. So make sure you guys join the Masculine Identity membership so you can get on the Zoom calls. I'm telling you, the Zoom calls are fire. If you are not on the Zoom calls, you are missing out, because on the Zoom calls, you know, they're talking about things they can't talk about on YouTube. You get more in detailed game. This is why we try to tell you guys. So make sure you guys join that and get that going. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you do that. You said, do you deal with hood chicks? If not, why? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not deal with hood chicks. You know, I don't like to deal with hood anything. You know what I'm saying? So you understand? Like this is the thing. I grew up in the hood. So, you know, even the way I dress sometimes has that like hood aesthetic in certain situations, but I don't deal with the hood mindset. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't deal with that at all. You feel what I mean? So I don't really, you know, and again, some people that they're into all of that, and that's cool for them. I just can't do it. You feel what I'm saying? Certain things I just can't do. I just can't make it happen, man. That's just, and the thing is, I've seen, you know, I've run across some, it was funny. I talked about this before. When this was like, shit, I was probably in my mid or late 20s. And I remember, my brother, he was friends with this girl, and the girl, she was like, you know, on some hood shit. She was like, you know, she was like on some Cardi B / what's the other girl, Sexy Red type shit or whatever. And she was interested in me, and I remember vividly her trying to be like less hood when she was around me, like trying to get me to like her and shit. And I was just like, yeah, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, be yourself. This just ain't gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can't do the hood shit. I just can't do it. It says, I hear you say we should be quickly getting rid of a woman, but what if we don't have none to fall back on? Listen, shout out to Boss Mac. Boss Mac says sometimes you gotta go down to 0 bitches. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go down to 0 bitches, because this is the thing. It's better to be dealing with 0 woman than to deal with a woman who is going to be on some bullshit with you, because all it's going to do is frustrate you, stress you out, and make you bitter. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that if you don't have any other women, that means that you're not actually putting work in to find more women. Again, like, guys, you realize, okay, check this out. If you went out, let's just say on the weekends for a month, right? So for a month, you went out every weekend, right? And you talked to, you know, like 25 women every day on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So 3 days. So 3 times 4 is what? 3, 6, 9, 12, right? So 12 times you went out, talked to 25 women, right? Let's do the math real quick. Let's do the math. Hold on. Let's do the math, right? So let me see. Let's do the math, right? So 12 times 25. That's 300 women. So within a month, right, you talk to 300 women, right? So what will happen is that within those 300 women, usually you'll find at least one who's going to be really, really feeling you. But you guys are not going out, and that's just the weekend. That's just you going out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday every weekend for a month. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that the reason why you guys don't have women in your situation is because you guys are not putting in the work. All right. It's really that simple. But listen, man, we on overtime now. We are on overtime. So I'm about to wrap this shit up. So guys, make sure that you tune in tomorrow. So I'm actually gonna be live earlier tomorrow. Cause me and April are gonna be going to the movies and shit to see the Smashing Machine. So we're gonna see how that is you know, how that movie is. You feel what I'm saying? And then also
I think I'm not sure if K Zagan is doing the Manhood is a Skill Set show, but if he is, you guys can tune into the Manhood is a Skill Set show, and then tune into my show tomorrow, and then we're going to be doing the Real Game No Theory show. So I think Miles is going to be back on the Real Game No Theory show. So make sure you guys tune in for that on Sunday. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that and get that cracking. All right, so that's pretty much it, man. Remember, masculineidentitymembership.com, shoplocario.com, cunninghamelements.com, and badboymembership.com. All right, so that's pretty much it. I'm out of here, guys. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out. Listen, ask me if I care. I promise I don't care. She told me that she got hurt in the past. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm thinking, what's up with all of that ass? I ain't tricking, bitch, don't ask me about cash. Why these hoes be telling me all they problems? I ain't saving them, ain't my fault they got them. I can't solve them and I could never stop them. All I'm concerned with is hitting the bottom.
She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life.
This girl's looking for a listening ear. Don't she notice that I really don't care? I'm a man, she should go choose the bear. I'll explain to her that life isn't fair. Why you wanna talk to me about your life? I'm just trying to hit, I don't want a wife. You lie saying you want somebody nice. He has your back, you stab his with a knife. You be wanting your friends to be men. You know you don't care about none of them. Or I should say they don't care about you. They only there cause they hoping to screw. You saying guys only want one thing. You frontin' as if you don't want flings. You want the guy with dough, you want bling. Now you wanna be a queen, you want kings. Why you trying to search for a gentleman? Do you think that's how you will get a man? You don't understand, so you won't get a man. I don't want to talk, I am not Letterman.
She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. She's got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care.